a phone call of trying to record what's going on with my devices to the police that I can barely use them. So I have to record with one device. So this device that I'm recording on right now will not let me upload. Then after I record this, I got to record it again from another device. So it's just really a lot of things, or just takes extensive amount of time. I think it's deliberate. For example, like when I'm doing things online, it don't save my address, it don't save my information, so everything's long drawn out. I have to do it one at a time. It'll glitch. Then I have to do it over. This happens in person. They'll tell me to do an application. Then 2 or 3 days later, they lost the application. Do it again. Then at the Health and Human Services, this happened. I had to do 2 applications, paper. Then I had to do one online that malfunctioned and glitched. So I just want you to see how it is deliberate that my time is wasted. Another example is here in this new environment. I know how my life is, so I said, does your printer work? And then there was mind games. You have to be here to use the printer. And I didn't even respond because common sense, yes. But everyone plays mind games like this, including family members. So I get up there, the computer doesn't work. So she's helping me and trying to help me set it up to another computer, 40 minutes of games, mind games, and I just have to endure it. So then she wants to help and close out the printer window. Oh, did I close the window? Everyone treats me like this, including churches and the police. So nonetheless, that's how that went. And then, then there were glitches a second time. Then I go up there, my email has hid the very document I'm trying to print. So I have to go through my sent folder and then get the document. It's on false charges. So I had to go through my sent folder because they keep hiding emails like this year after year. And I just go to my sent folder and obtain it that way. Sometimes they forget about the sent folder. Now they have altered the sent folder so I can't get the same document. Because I want to communicate with the records department, I need release papers. And the records department don't want me, false arrests, they don't want me having my release papers.
So let me pause this real quick. It wouldn't record. So this is my court-appointed attorney, Jill Gatley, from the false charges in Austin. I communicated. She told me that I would be getting released on a bond. I had 2 bonds. The first bond was a PR bond that was ignored. And then the scam was the hindering a bond is a crime. So the PR bond, the scam was that was ignored because I was mentally ill. So then they did a mentally ill bond that I can get out in October towards Halloween. So the mentally ill bond didn't happen in October, and no one ever told me, and they would put me on lockdown and isolation for trying to get information on what was going on. And then I asked her if I wrote her because she wouldn't communicate with me. And I asked her if she could contact the FBI and told her I was being violated in jail. My devices that I'm recording on is covering for it. So she wouldn't and didn't respond, and they wouldn't let me go to court. I couldn't use the phone. The court phone wasn't working. I'm getting all these texts, and this is blurry, so you can't see it. So nonetheless, Jill communicates that she called the clerk, and she got an email from the clerk saying that I was sent a bill for $100, and that wasn't regarding me. I also communicated with her that I couldn't get my release papers in corruption. And she says that I don't know what you're speaking about, release papers. And then I said, you're an attorney and you don't know what inmates get release papers from jail? I didn't get them or get it. And she's not responding. Hold on. I don't know what release records you are referencing to. I sent you the dismissals and not charge you. Multiple different people do that in all caps. Like they said, come in today in caps, another location. Have a great day. And then I say that you're an attorney and you don't know inmates get release papers from jail. I didn't get it. So it's taken a lot of time to try to show that there's a conspiracy. So
in Tarrant County, they didn't want me to have my release papers because I was out of jail in November, and they left me in jail with time served in February. And they didn't want me to have evidence of that because that's basically kidnapping.
That's what I was arrested for, trying to report child abuse at CPS.
The police department, and I was trying to go live because I can't upload videos. I have a YouTube channel, and I monetize.
This is the police department.
So what's happening is my abuser has been allowed to repeatedly hack my device, and it puts my safety at risk. Can I have your name and number so I can have an officer call you? You'll have to talk to an officer. Okay, one moment. Can you name your name? It's Kim Clark. When I call, they don't call me back typically. They don't call you back? Typically when I'm talking about my phone. That's why I said, why would people, conspire with my abuser and not let me protect me from my devices being hacked? That's what I communicated with them. Let me have an officer call you, ma'am. That you're going to need to talk about that, okay? Can I have an address for you? The officer's coming out? No, ma'am. We just have to create a call, and we need your address to create the call. I want to keep it anonymous. I haven't been safe with the police department in a long time. Okay, no problem, ma'am. I will have somebody call you. Make sure it's locked to private, okay? Okay, thank you. Bye. So this device was charging 8 hours, and it was at 47% and went to 45%. And then when I got my device out, it went to 51. But it's been charging. This is a new phone. There's a lot of resentment and hatred towards this new phone. And this phone won't upload, and the phone that I'm recording on, and then I tried to go live, and it won't do that either.
This happened at 8:18 a.m. today.
Yes. How can I help you? I'm sorry, what was your name again? Officer Sherry Hornstein. Okay, and you're with who? Victoria Police Department. Okay, and your badge number? 6288. Okay, I repeatedly have been defrauded out of funds, and I want to know what I can do. I'm sorry, repeat that? You repeatedly what? Robbed of funds. This dangerous man. You were robbed? Of funds, yes. Okay. That's something I can't take over the phone. If you were robbed. Okay. I get this across the board everywhere. They did this the other day at church. I get a lot of mind games, and I'm not able to effectively communicate. I have been repeatedly robbed of funds. You called to do what was the purpose of your reasoning for your call? Let me get clarity on what's happening here. Like this says wants to speak to someone about her abuser that keeps hacking her devices. So you called and then you can't let me report it? Well, I can't take it over the phone, not if you were robbed. Okay, so my abuser is enlisting people in mind games, hacking my device. I've been defrauded out of funds with the hacking of my device. He's had people spoof call me. That isn't a robbery. I wasn't able to finish the story. All my calls are like this. Everyone in my environment is enlisted to be condescending and play mind games and gaslight. Everyone, including at church. Okay. So, did you want me to communicate what's happening? Go ahead. Okay. So, for years, I have been defrauded out of funds, and my provider is covered for it, as well as multiple different police departments. And if someone's taking my device and is defrauding me out of funds, what kind of crime is that? Well, it all depends. I mean, it may be a crime, it may not be. What is, Okay, so, if your abuser's taking your phone, I'm not quite certain on why, even at this place here, why everyone would cover for this man. If by you being law enforcement, would you assume that if I'm not able to would you assume that if everybody's covering for him, probably they're accomplice too with him? Okay, let me get some information from you. I'm not able to report what he's done. That's really what all people do. He won't walk off of my face when I'm talking. So by you being law enforcement and you're not giving me the time, I took the time out to call you and get information. I'm just not quite certain why no one wants me to have it and want me to know my rights, including all domestic violence organizations. Would you assume that if everyone's covering for him, that perhaps maybe he's controlling them? Are you unwilling to answer my questions about domestic abuse and my rights if my abuser repeatedly hacks my device? You don't want me to know my rights and the reason behind my call? Because I'm not able to get legal representation. So I'm trying to get the knowledge of the laws, and then when I'm in jail on false charges, they deprive me of the right to go to the law library. And then when I go to the law library, when I'm not in jail, it's weird. So nonetheless, can you communicate to me why you don't want me to know my rights and the laws with someone hacking my device and how to protect myself? Why would all police treat me like that? Are you guys taking bribes? because I can't use my devices, and I thought with an abuser hacking my device and defrauding me out of funds in the process, those are federal charges. Why would all police departments cover for it? Domestic violence organizations, even random people in this new environment, trying to tell me that it's not being hacked, and I said everyone covers for my abuser. It's bizarre, including domestic violence organizations. I said I know that I can't elaborate on how I'm being violated because local locations conspire with it and put me out for them. Blatantly lying on me like the church did yesterday.
Are you finished?
Yeah, are you?
I needed to get some information from you.
But the problem of it is you're not answering my questions, and that's the reason why I called. Why would our police department treat me like this? For all these years. All of them. To the degree of even taking my freedom trying to be protected against this man. Are you able to tell me if police repeatedly do that, is that a crime?
Are you on here? What what's wrong? Okay, ma'am, I need to get some information from you. Are you willing to give me that information?
I think that it's a red flag. These calls are restricted. What information do you need? Oh, snap. I did something.
Your birth, your address?
I didn't want to give my address because my abuser keeps on paying people to put cases on me, and he just had one. He scammed for Dallas to open up a case that didn't have charges.
If I can't get your information, then I can't help you, ma'am.
Oh, you need my address now, but you didn't need it prior?
I need your name, your date of birth, and address.
Okay.
There's strategies to deny law enforcement.
To be condescending?
No, ma'am.
And not get charges.
That's what's been happening for years. Okay, so I can't contact this number?
That's correct. We don't have jurisdiction out in the county.
Okay, I have a question.
Sure.
Can we address the crime that I already reported to you? To Victoria's Police Department? I've already reported this with a witness that said not only was my device being hacked, but hers was too. Because she was in association with me, and there's a pattern of other parties. I'm not quite certain if you already have a report. I thought tampering with evidence was a felony. I thought committing crimes to keep someone from law enforcement or federal charges and corruption. I thought all these were criminal offenses. I thought that you couldn't take a report, tamper with evidence, and then try to conceal crimes that someone brings their guns up. I get prank calls, ma'am, disguised as other people. I'm not quite so you need to update my file, but I have to come in and do paperwork. Who told you that I moved?
According to your file, according to the documents, when you talked to one of our staff yesterday, she mentioned that you told her that it was hard for you to come in because you moved since the last time you came in person.
So why didn't she get that information before, ma'am? Why are you calling me? Because I get prank calls disguised for interruptions. I was doing something, and I'm trying to prove that this repeatedly happens. Why didn't she get the information?
I already had another call earlier today.
You want that information now, then you want me to give it to you in person again?
Before that one.
I'm getting it now so that when you come in person, we don't have to get it in person again.
I'm not quite certain on why people give me the runaround, ma'am. So you want to get the information now, and then you want me to give it to you in person. I did the application. That application was sufficient. I did the application to get the services, to never get the services, but to get put on a waiting list. Now I got to do an application again. Then you want to get my address before I come in to give my address and other information. It just seems like I'm getting the runaround in mind games, ma'am. I've never, until I got targeted, people didn't inconvenience me and treat me like this. It really is not making a lot of sense. If I'm coming in, why would you need my address and then need my address again when I come in? And why didn't I get the services when I did the application, all that long out, drawn out application? Why didn't I get the services then? Why did they put me on a waiting list and nobody else heard of that, but I repeatedly keep on getting put on a waiting list to deprive me of services? I thought I was actually going to get the services, not be put on a waiting list for services that switched up, and then they said they didn't offer. They had to pick and choose the services that they were going to give me, like everywhere I'm at, even POF. So I wouldn't do, if I know I don't have rights, but wouldn't it make sense if I did it all at one time when I came in?
Well, the thing is that when you mentioned You mentioned that you.
I know I don't have rights, but because people play mind games, if I address to YouTubers that they have me fill out applications, say that they lost it, then have it within 2 or 3 days, and I'm doing it online like Health and Human Services did. It's been a repeated pattern. I went to another location, a food pantry, and they had me do an application, scam that there was some kind of error, and had me do the application again. Then after I did it, then they were like, "Oh, I'm sorry, you weren't supposed to do it again. I was trying to tell you that, but you started an argument." And then let 2 or 3 people skid me every time I come and play other mind games that people wouldn't believe. But this is how I'm treated. So do I have a right to do it all at the same time, or are you demanding my time right now?
Yeah, what I'm doing right now is updating your files so that when you come in, we don't have to go through all this. We can skip this portion and just do the assessment.
So as I stated, I don't have a choice to. You have to take my time now. Everyone does it. So you're demanding my time now. Can I do this? Is it possible for me to do it when I come in? Is that a possibility?
That is a possibility.
Okay.
I just thought you might want to do this now instead of taking longer next when you come in.
No, I was trying to address to you people deliberately treat me like this. So they make things very difficult, and I just think that it would be a better, because now you've interrupted something, and it's like people repeatedly do this year after year. How can I be in a living environment and people interrupt me all the time? It's like those voyeurism crimes or something bizarre, and why people repeatedly interrupt, knock, and do strange things. But voyeurism is criminal. Like, if I can't address that to you now, it's not a good time. I'd like to do it all at one time, and I'm not quite certain why I have to do another application all over the place if I've already done one. But it is what it is, right? So yes, I'd like to do that in person whenever I come in. But I've had all these mental health providers call, interrupt, start arguments, be weird. It's happened years. So when I get case management, it's actually really abusers. And I've had to try to prove that that's what's happening. Even at shelters.
If you want to wait to just update this information in person, that is perfectly fine. We can wait till then. I just wanted to call to see if you want to do it sooner.
Okay, I just find it peculiar year after year that the mental health providers are interrupting me, even coming to my place to interrupt police reports that I can't see my daughter. It's just bizarre. Nobody would ever believe anything like that unless you prove it.
Do you know when you'll be able to come in?
No, ma'am. Are you demanding to know? Because I'm in the middle of something, ma'am. People demand my time, and I can't control it. This is how I'm violated. They do it at church. Just knock on my door and demand my time. Haven't been able to stop it. They do it in jail too. Put me in lockdown and tell me I'm having a mental crisis, ma'am. I don't have rights in this country.
Let me pause this. You'll never believe this. In Austin, at the the shelter that I stayed at, someone was demanding that I said, "I don't want to talk to you, ma'am. I'm not talking to you. Leave me alone." She was starting arguments. People stared at me, 3 or 4 people on camera footage. Everything I do, I had to take it. Openly gang stalk. The shelters in cahoots, police department, nobody will do law enforcement. I'm stuck in this twilight zone. So I said, "I don't want to talk to you." She goes to go get security because they start arguments, and I wouldn't let her. So I said, "I'm not talking to you." And I just got on my phone and ignored her. She went to go get security because I wouldn't talk to her. And I said, "Yeah." Security says, "Yeah, you've had a problem." I said, "Do you see me on my headphones?" I said, she demanded that I talk to her. I don't want to talk to her. She said, "Is there any particular reason why you don't want to talk to her?" I said, "I thought if I had rights, I thought that because if I had a choice, if I said I didn't want to talk to someone, I'm not quite sure why security would come and demand that I talk to them. I think that's bizarre. Can you explain to me why security came because I didn't want to talk to this woman, and why you need to know why I don't want to talk to her?" Then they realized that what they were saying was insane, and then they left. I did a grievance that was ignored and tried to report it to the police. All this insanity. Someone came to get in the shower with me. Someone came at me. That same person tried to steal my phone, got up to me, and my device covered for it, and the police department. And then the police, when I was trying to report it, he drove off when my foot was right up under the car, like he was going to run over my foot. I had to hurry up and jump back to not get my foot ran over. So another police came to take the report. The police officer came. I tried to record that police officer. My device covered for it and would not let me record the police, but it recorded the uninvestigated report with this police officer. So I wanted you to see how mental health providers started arguments, but I'll show you that later on because it will close this out on this device. In the call?
You're able to end the call anytime. I was just asking.
Okay, well, thank you, ma'am. I'm in the middle of something. If I'm able to end the call anytime, I'd like to end it right now, ma'am. I'll see you when I come in.
All right.
Okay, thank you.
All right. You have a good day.
You too.
All right. Bye.
Please stop disrespecting Jason's wife. You ended the relationship. What was he supposed to do? Just be single? That's not disrespecting his wife. He's put on a couple pounds. She must be cooking good. That's what I sent. Okay, this is to the pastor's wife. Hold on. That's a text. Your husband misunderstood my experiences. I thought you communicated to him that April confirmed that everything that I said was true and the police department covered for it. I also thought it was communicated about the death threats another church leader saw. Your discretion is advised, but I want the church to know what I'm up against. We tried to assassinate you at church for being such a freeloading rat, but you missed the poison coffee. You come into our house of worship and expose us. We're going to assassinate you there next time you do this. We already tried once, and we will gladly try again. Stop calling us out for blocking your path. You don't have rights, and it's only a felony to deny them for a citizen, which you are not. The government is mine. Stop talking about Jason or this gets worse. Guess what? We're going to try to hit you with our cars. We will bump you, block your path again. We have your number, your name. We are the reason no shelter lets you stay. And why you get kicked out, your kids got taken because so you saw you were nuts. Why would you kids want to be raised by a neglectful homeless bum? Stop terrorizing the streets or we will throw you in jail. Guess what? We violate your rights every day because we know we can get away with it. We are following you at all times. We have slowly been monitoring your internet activity. And using your directive energy weapons right on the cranium. Next time we are going to break into your hotel room and take you away where no one can find you. We work with the government and CPS. We are the satanic. That's to throw people off. I state my device is glitching and it will not let me send you the email showing how the police department was bought off and paid in full, but another church leader saw it. I told her to tell you in case you had suggestions to give me help. Your husband misconstrued and thought it was something I did to get treated like this. And I haven't, it's 11:21. It's 11:50. It went off 11:51, and I still haven't had a response. And I haven't had a response in the group chat as well, and I still am not getting the text. The government enlists civilians to cover for their crimes, and I think they probably removed me. Because it's a lot of different texts, a lot of different people. I think the church removed me and the government is telling them to blame it on my hacked device so they don't get accountability from removing me from these group texts for no reason. But as I addressed to the pastor, there's multiple different group chats that I'm treated like this. Then, for those people, the abusers strategize to trap someone in their abuse. But like I said, it's compounded when the government is helping you abuse someone. Because they can hack your phone and then interrupt all social gatherings and all networking, hack my devices and communicate with all my contacts to enforce that they don't help me flee them in a conspiracy. And I thought that was criminal. That it's been repeatedly unaddressed. And I don't know what kind of weird camera angle my device is going to get for this. Whenever it uploads. Let's see how long this will be. They're like 4 or 5 times, 15 to 20 times as long as longer than it should be if I can even upload it. And that pastor got panicky like they did at Arbalon. Let me tell you what happened at Arbalon. You will never believe the amount of corruption. The weird lady that laughed when my son got hit with a car. So where I'm uploading the videos of my friend, the evidence that the car sped up like it was going to hit my friend because my device wouldn't upload it. In Fort Worth. So she says, I'm about to go to Bible study. I connect to the Wi-Fi. She leaves by the Bible study. She demands that everyone, I said, I'm trying to upload some really important videos. She demands everyone leave then. They were doing choir rehearsal. So she's in such a rush, she leaves someone there.
The person contacts me and she says, yeah, I got left here. What happened? Well, can you explain? I said that she made everybody leave. I told her that I wanted to do uploads and you were still there. Can we please can I please stay to do these uploads because it was vital. She demanded that everybody leave the church and left you at choir rehearsal. Nothing. I'm done. I don't know when you talk about Arvalon Church.